Okay, good morning. Thank you and welcome everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jennifer Sparks, the Vice President of Marketing Communications for USHBC Blueberry Council. And we're thrilled to be able to provide this exclusive behind the scenes look for you, our logo licensees for Grab a Boost of Blue. Where we really consider you our industry champions in partnering with us in this new and exciting endeavor that we have for the blueberry industry. So thank you so much for being here, because honestly, we couldn't take Grab a Boost of Blue to the next step without you. I'm joined today by Paul Brink, Creative Director at our agency Padilla, as well as Jeff Malinsky, the Chairman of USHBC's Promotions Committee, which helps in the review and final approval of all of our USHBC consumer promotion programs. So I want to thank you all for being here. And before we dive into the digital ads themselves, I want to take a brief step back to talk just a little bit about Grab a Boost of Blue, which I said is USHBC's brand new positioning and consumer call to action for the blueberry industry. Grab a Boost of Blue is not just a one-off campaign. It's our overall umbrella strategy to promote the health benefits of blueberries and also the ease, convenience, and deliciousness of the berry. So when you kind of break down our new Grab a Boost of Blue, grab is the ease and convenience of the berry and the versatility that you can take it anywhere and it fits into any lifestyle. For Boost, it represents the energy and the health benefits you get from eating blueberries. And then blue, of course, is the unique color, which adds to the taste and the overall experience. So it's something that we really feel, and we know from research that consumers can really get behind and understand it. And I like to say it's easy to roll off the tongue. Grab a Boost of Blue. We're working really hard to showcase blueberries as versatile and desired all throughout the day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, of course, but also cocktails and every other snack in between. We want to get consumers inspired to think about and use blueberries in new and different ways to make them part of their everyday diet. Because the fact is, blueberries can be a part of every lifestyle, whether you're a busy parent, an active weekender, a health enthusiast, or a foodie who's looking for the latest and greatest health swaps and ideas for their menus. And some people are a combination of all of those. So we want to turn blueberry consumers into blueberry enthusiasts who eat blueberries on a daily basis. And the digital video ads that you're about to see are one of the marketing tactics that we use to get blueberries in front of the consumer, to break through that clutter and capture their attention. Because when we create those all-important reminders, we drive demand. The ads were shot in January, and we went live on March 29th. And the new spots are fun and engaging while accentuating the health, simplicity, versatility, and the great taste of blueberries. The strategy of the ads is to connect those benefits, both emotional and physical, to the busy lifestyles of our target audiences. Okay, well, strategy is important. I know you're all here for the creative part of the process and the behind the scenes. So I'm going to turn it over to Paul Brink. And Paul, I'll just start by asking you a question that might be on the minds of some people here in the meeting, which is, what is it like to shoot commercials in the middle of a pandemic? And how is that different during a normal year?
Thanks. The most different thing was everything, pretty much, from start to finish. You know, we're used to like nationwide search, finding the location, nationwide talent. We all fly together. We make face-to-face decisions. We whisper in the director's ear. This was all done over Zoom over the course of a 2.5-day shoot. We've done, as an agency, plenty of remote shoots, and this was the most big and remote one that we've done so far. It was really interesting and challenging, and ultimately, I think the biggest difference was simply that proximity. And I think we've all learned how to pay attention to Zoom for 12 hours in a row over the last few months. And that's how we did it. We operated as though we were in the room. We incorporated our creative feedback and worked closely with the director. I can talk about some of the stranger things, but I think from a fundamental creative standpoint, this was an exercise in making sure that like we delivered exactly what Grab a Boost of Blue was about. And as you'll see in the executions, it's keeping the blueberries front and center above all else, but also like demonstrating the breadth of uses, the mental benefits, like it both in voiceover and in the visuals. And then, as always, trying to inject some heart and humor and humanity into it, even though we don't have the option of showing two people in a room smiling at each other because we're not allowed to have two people in a room in the production limitations that we have. So keeping everyone safe and still making a good product were our primary goals, and I think we hit them both. I can maybe talk a little more about that, but I want to make sure we have time to look at these spots. My only other caveat from a COVID perspective is, in addition to that's why I look the way I do right now, looking at these over Zoom can be challenging. So hopefully you see a smooth frame rate and nice audio as we intend them to show up for you.
All right, I'll go ahead and play the video now.
I think with that, yes, we'll launch
yes. Without further ado.
What gives you your boost? You know it when you feel it, but have you ever considered where it comes from? A lot of things promise a boost, but a real boost only comes from knowing you're doing something right. And what could be more right than blueberries? Blueberries are simple, delicious, and packed with reassurances. That's the boost you're looking for. Give your day a boost whenever it needs it. Grab a boost of blue. Have you ever made someone's day? Turned an otherwise boring homework time into something special? Or a drab breakfast into a supercharged smile maker? It feels good, doesn't it? If blueberries could feel, they'd know this feeling well. Blueberries are also hardworking, difference-making boosts that just make every day brighter. Change your day. Make your day. Grab a boost of blue. What do you call a package of blueberries? Maybe you call it a pint or carton or just a thing of blueberries. That's okay if you do. Around here, we call a package of blueberries a boost because that's really what you're getting. Blueberries are heart-healthy and packed with flavor and nutrients like fiber and vitamin C that can give you a lift all day long. A lift you just can't find anywhere else in the store. So, call it whatever you like. Just remember to grab a boost of blue.
So good. I could watch those over and over. I know from being on video shoots and commercial sets that things are never as they seem in the finished piece. So Paul, could you tell us some funny or interesting things that happen behind the scenes that we don't see in the finished ads? I mean, I guess I'm asking you to describe some of the bloopers.
Well, there's the first one. Obviously, we tried to give the illusion that we're shooting in a ton of different locations with a ton of different people. And that was actually all just done in a studio in a warehouse dense district in New York City. So I think the biggest and most amusing blooper from that perspective was that because of COVID, we had to keep our windows all wide open at all times for ventilation. And it was next to a fire department and along a major shipping lane. So even as we're trying to communicate with the director themselves, he just has to pause for 30 seconds at a time while this cacophony moves through and we can fire it up again. So luckily we weren't rolling sound on the actual spots, which means it didn't actually impact production that much, but it was really a reminder of like some of the constraints that we had on. And aside from that, everything else was pretty much your standard production hiccups. Like, we could only have one talent on set at the time, but our first talent of our first day, her mom forgot that it was shoot day. So we shifted our schedule by about 4 hours while trying to get everything else done before she showed up. So that kind of stuff, it keeps the job interesting and ultimately didn't get in our way. I really love the way the spots turned out. So hope you guys do too. There's some fun little moments in each one, but like
tell us about the dinosaur. Tell us a little bit about that dinosaur, please.
Well, the general idea of that was obviously the angst of a kid who won't let that thing go. I think we've all been there or been that person, the kid themselves. But it turns out if you want to show a toy, you need clearance from a toy manufacturer for legal reasons. So the standard exercise of getting the art department to find the right generic thing, completely change it so it doesn't look like a branded trademarked entity, and then dress it like a grocery store toy. So one of a few challenges, but I love that dinosaur. Not as much as the kid, but I like the way that turned out too.
I think we all love that dinosaur. Yes, beautiful. Is there anything else that you want to share with us?
No, I hope you guys like them. We like them. There's a bunch of work that goes with it. There's some shorter cut downs for social and shorter pre-roll, which you might be seeing in the next few whenevers. But yeah, we made a lot of work out of this 3-day shoot. So
yeah, well, and we want to thank you and your whole team, because it is a challenge that most people don't really understand everything that goes on. And thank you for just letting us share in a little bit of that, the challenges as well as the fun points. So thank you so much for being here, Paul. And just so that the audience knows what we're doing with these ads is we're reaching our target audiences through Facebook and YouTube and through pre-roll where they are watching their favorite content. So we're meeting them where they are. And that includes spots on Hulu, ESPN, Food Network, and HGTV. And you can access the new ads and use them on your social media by sharing your favorite ones. If you go to ushbc.org/boost ads, that'll take you right to the ads, or you can also get there through our Grab a Boost of Blue hub, which is at ushbc.org/boost of blue. And you'll find all 3 of those spots in both 15 and 30-second versions. And we just invite you to get in on the action and share your favorite. And if you do, be sure to tag us at Blueberries and include the hashtag Grab a Boost of Blue in your caption so that we see it. Because we really want to be able to highlight in our USHBC communications who our industry champions are, and really to use you as people who can show examples of great usage of the Grab a Boost of Blue materials and the logo and all of that. Because I think if you've already used the logo, which I know many of you have, it is I love how colorful it is and how it truly does pop off the page. And so I think that the industry is finding that it really is a win-win benefit for the industry and your individual businesses. So as I mentioned, before we wrap, we promised to keep this short, but we do have Jeff Malitsky, the chairman of the promotions committee. And Jeff, I just wanted to give you a chance to provide any thoughts that you had as well.
Outside of the dinosaur, that was also something that we gleaned on as the folks. We got an initial cut of it. That was a lot of fun to see. We all wanted that dinosaur with our blueberries. No, but a couple of the people on this call looks like are also committee members, and so we're super excited to actually get a singular message put down, and then get it conveyed in such clarity and simpleness. I mean, I think that ultimately that's what we have to work with, something that can get that consumers' attention, right? And so that's why as a committee, we really enjoyed this process. And I think hopefully I can speak for us in that getting this all together and then out to folks, it'll be a lot of fun just to see what people do with it, what companies do with it, and not in some regards, it's not just us as blueberry marketers, it's also folks in other parts of the stream too. So I'm really curious to see that, and then learning from this, and then moving forward into our next, in 5 years time or whatever in the future, because this is really a step in the direction, and it's created because of USHBC. So I think we got to keep that all in mind, is this doesn't get done without the USHBC effort. We got a lot of folks on this call, as well as in all our different facets that we interact with. And so I mean, the message, please join us in grabbing a boost of the blue, everybody. That's what we want to be doing.
Great. Thank you so much, Jeff. And again, thank you, Paul, for sharing your expertise and the fun today. And really, thank you all of you for taking the time out of your busy day to join us. And hopefully we'll be able to have more opportunities for some exclusive looks for our Grab a Boost of Blue logo licensees, as well as the industry. So thank you so much and have a great day, everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you.